as I make my way through the beautiful London traffic, because it's just awesome. I thought I'd fire this one up since Mr. Zelensky is in the chit chats. Zelensky's it's all about Russia and Zelensky in the news, and you know, I already did a video on Hafez Reflects about that. If you guys are interested, go check that out. But I thought I'd do an epic classic car rant on the Banksy Style Live. It's been a while. Hope everybody's well. I've landed in good old Blighty again. I'm back at London traffic, so that's awesome. I was away for a week to the Canary Islands. Now I can divulge it was Fuerteventura. Wonderful place, beautiful weather, great sea, great pool, great food. Well, food, yeah, so. Food was all right. Food was okay. Nothing spectacular. But yeah, we're back. We're back in the cold and the rain and the shite and the shit and the shoot. So I'm here to give you guys another epic car rant of my own. Now, is this actually live? Yeah, this thing's working, right? I don't see anyone in the chat. Doesn't really matter. This is just a rant anyway. So yeah, we're Mr. Zelensky went up there with his chest puffed out, the little, what is he, like 4'6"? My God, he looks like tiny. He's probably my height. He looks tiny in comparison to all these giants that he has to sit around. But anyway, this idiot just doesn't know how the game is played. These idiots in Europe have really blown way too much smoke up this idiot's ass. And I kind of blame the Biden administration, definitely definitely Boris Johnson, and now Keir Starmer and all the other idiots in Europe, where they don't have to stick their fucking hand in their pockets. Their soldiers don't have to go and die, but they're more than happy to send the Ukrainians to die with American guns. So yeah, I think Trump knows that these people have really just pumped up Zelensky way too much, blew way too much smoke up his ass, giving him false hope and false confidence, and now Trump is essentially bringing him back down to earth, like how things really work in the world. And how things work in the world is that yeah, Europe and globalists, they try to encroach upon Russia's Russia's borders, in the sense of bringing in former Soviet Union countries into the fold, and Russia had to put their foot down. Essentially, this is Russia putting their foot down, telling them no more. No, you cannot do this. And it's it's as reasonable as it comes. No, as I said, no sovereign nation would have stood for this. If Russia had put missiles in Isle of Man, I'm sure Britain would have something to say about it. If Russia was to put rockets and nuclear weapons in Mexico, or in fact, there was a time when they tried to do it in Cuba, and it almost caused World War III. So we know that no other country would actually tolerate this. And when they started to extend NATO, and they start now, I mean, they're openly talking about bringing Ukraine into NATO right now. And Trump literally said to Zelensky, no, that's never going to happen. That's not going to happen. That is not on the cards. The NATO thing is out, because there's no way. Russia just told you with no uncertain terms, you will not bring Ukraine into NATO. You will not put my enemy's missiles on my front doorstep. And he is essentially creating his own buffer zone. That's what it is. The real globalists, those who have real globalist agendas and ambitions, is the people of the World Economic Forum and the people of the EU, the European Union. They're the real globalists here. They're the real invaders and occupiers. Believe it or not, they're the ones who have global ambitions, not Soviet Union. When they tell you, but if Ukraine falls, then Poland is next. Then I don't know, the Republic of Czech and the Slovakia and blah blah blah. No, it's all nonsense. Oh shit! No sound. How's it no sound? Damn it! No sound. What? the hell? How am I supposed to do here? God damn it. Okay, guys, we may have to, we're gonna have to end this. No sound. Oh, okay, someone says I hear you. Thank you. Thank you for sounding off for those who say sound. Oh, it's Manny taking the piss. As always. So yeah, thank you guys, those who can hear, for actually sounding off. Anyway, it's car rant. Don't distract me with your texts. As I was saying, yeah, the real globalists, the real expansionists, the real colonizers are the people of the World Economic Forum, those who go to the secret Bilderberg meetings, and the European Union, and the Democrats in the United States. Trump isn't one of them, clearly isn't one of them. They did everything under the sun to stop him from becoming the president, because they knew that at best he's going to delay their efforts for another further 4 years. God willing, some MAGA Republican will also be re-elected, or will be re-elected as the next president of the United States, so they can, stop these bastards for another further 8 years potentially. So if that is the case, we may actually get, a good 12 years of these bastards holding out on their global ambitions, and maybe things will change by then. But at the moment, as it is, these people, these things are just simply stopgaps. Trump is just simply a delay tactic. He is not going to stop these bastards' ambitions. They are the globalists. They're the ones who actually have expansionist ideas and one world order nonsense, and they're the ones who want to extend NATO to Ukraine, and that is not going to happen. It was promised Gorbachev that this would not happen, and multiple Russian presidents since then that it would not happen, and now they are, as always, reneging on their bullshit promises, and they think that they can just get away with it. And no, Putin is not going to deal with that. And frankly, Trump knows this. Trump knows what is happening, and that's why he's like telling Zelensky, shut your mouth. You're not in any position. You're not in a negotiating position here, you moron. This isn't a thing that you can actually. This is not. You get the deal that you get, and you will thank whoever gives you that deal, as long as it saves your people from being murdered every day in your towns and cities by drones and rockets and tanks. That's the deal you get. The deal you get is that your people don't die anymore, and they can potentially go to some of the land that you have to build new lives. And some of that land is going to be annexed and is going to become the new buffer zone for Russia. Essentially, that's what Russia is doing. Putin is going to create a new buffer zone for itself, using former Ukrainian land, which becomes new Russian land, but it's so that essentially it's not directly on what we consider now to be Russian borders. It'll be the former Russian borders and former Ukrainian land, which becomes the new buffer zone for Russia. That's it. That's the way of the world. You don't, these idiots, the way Justin Trudeau of Canada, the way he goes, oh, this is not the way things should be done. The might makes right ways of the world has to end. Like Canada is going to do that. What, you're going to send them some fucking mooses? Is that what you're going to do, Mr. Canadian? Are you going to send the fucking Canadian Mounties to stop Putin, to stop the new world, the might is not right kind of doctrine? Is that what you're going to do? You ain't going to do shit. Just like Conor McGregor says, you'll do nothing. You'll do nothing. You can't do shit. You can't build a house on a foundation of shit. That's what that's what the Canadians have. That's what the Brits have. The only thing that separates the Brits from the fucking Swedish and the Germans is the fact that they have a few nukes. The French and the English, that's the only thing they've got. They don't have a military that can really stand up to Russia. They have none of that shit. They've squandered their money. They've squandered their treasure on bullshit, on trying to put Syrian refugees in 5-star hotels. They're so busy for putting Syrian and Afghani refugees in 5-star hotels that they don't have money for weapons and soldiers anymore, because they depended on Daddy America for so long. And now Daddy Trump is going to give them an ass kicking. He's going to put the foot up their ass, and they're going to realize, oh, wait a minute, maybe we should spend a few quid on some guns and tanks. You know these dipshits. Only a few election cycles ago, literally when Corbyn was going up for he was the leader of the Labour Party, they were talking about abandoning the Trident program, abandoning the nuclear submarine program entirely. That's what these assholes, these hippie peacemaking pricks were talking about. Practically disarming Britain of the only card that they have on the table. The only piece that they have on the global table, which is a nuclear Britain. They were going to even defang Britain of that. These dipshits really don't know how the world works. They're delusional fucking idiots who think that the world's all about fucking resolutions. Did you see those cunts pass that bullshit United Nations resolution? Fuck me in the ass. Fuck my life. And then a resolution that the news anchor said is enforced. They cannot enforce this. It's literally the most useless act of virtue signaling ever in the history of fucking mankind. They just passed this bullshit, and then they were United States sided with Russia. They would not sign this bullshit piece of paper that's not worth the paper it's written on, that we can't do anything. They didn't virtue signal the way we virtue signaled. Where is my pearl and my fainting couch? I'm sure some Russian diplomat was fucking crying his eyes out. Sorry, not Russian. Some German fucking head of state was probably crying their eyes out afterwards. Crying into a pillow that night. Mom, America won't sign our resolutions anymore. This is what happens when you give people fucking participation trophies. This is what happens when you give people participation trophies, okay? You get pussies for leaders who cry on stage. Fuck me. Fuck me. I mean, are these the people? Imagine this was the medieval time and you had to pick up a sword and a shield and stand shoulder to shoulder with these leaders. Would you stand on a battlefield with Keir Starmer and have his back? Let's be honest, most of the Brits in this country, if they had to stand with a sword, if you gave them a sword next to Keir Starmer, I know what would happen. I may not want to say it because I'll probably get a knock on the door. But let's be honest, you give a Brit, a patriotic Brit, a sword and Keir Starmer, I know that where that sword is going. It ain't going to defend Keir Starmer for sure. But look at this shit. Imagine you were the Spartans and you were fending off the Persian hordes, and this was your Leonidas, Mr. Starmer and Zelensky. They were your fucking kings that you were to go to battle with. Fuck me. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I swear, you Europeans and Americans, this first world nations, you are so fucking lucky you guys made technology. You are so goddamn lucky you got strong technological weapons of war, because if you fuckers had to have leaders charge into battle with you, You're all fucked. You're all straight up fucked. Yeah, fuck me. Fucking hell. It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic watching these European leaders cry me a fucking river. Damn, how far the mighty has fallen, huh? Can you imagine that only a mere 200 years ago, couple of like two 50-year-old people, well, four 50-year-old people's lifetime, end to end, Britain conquered this planet. The sun didn't set on the British Empire. The Danish, the French, they owned most of Africa. The Germans, only 80 years ago, the Germans wanted to take over the goddamn Europe entirely. That's how fucking confident they felt. That's how much balls they had. They decided, fuck it, the French, the Dutch, we're gonna take these pussies. And they did, actually. I mean, let's be honest, they did. They just rolled over fucking most of Europe. It was just the Brits that held off. And I think that's because the Brits still had a spine. They still had a pair between their legs. But imagine, I mean, what happened? What happened? Who neutered the fucking great Western world? Who cut off your balls so hard and so fast in such a short amount of time? You fuckers ruled the world for centuries, and then they just cut your balls off that quickly. Holy shit. Now I understand the fall of Persia. Now I understand the fall of Rome and all these great empires. I can see now why such things, how these things come about. Because it's comfort. It's too, you guys got soft. You guys got soft. You were winning too much. You won too hard, and you became soft as piss. And gave too many fucking participation trophies to your kids. God damn it. I'm sorry. I'm just letting this one go, because I will be taking this one off and we'll be putting it on Hafez Reflects on Rumble. Hafez TV on Rumble. So guys, if you want to see the rerun of this, go to Hafez TV. But man, I can't believe Banksy is making sense. No, but it's not about making sense, Manny. It's the fact of life. They say you can ignore reality. You cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. This is the real world. The one with the biggest stick kicks your ass and takes your shit, and not a damn thing has changed. No matter how many bombs, how many resolutions you pass, no matter how many planes and trains and automobiles you build, the basics of life have never changed. And we are only a mere heartbeat away from going back into the cave. They say First World War was fought with guns and rifles. The Second World War was fought with tanks and automatic weapons and planes. The Third World War will be fought with nuclear weapons, and the Fourth World War will be fought with sticks and rocks. That's how quickly we go back to the rocks and the clubs and the and the caveman loincloth. We're but a mere moment of bad decision making by a few moronic politicians like we have in Europe to be at that stage again. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. We human beings are the same barbaric monsters that we've always been. No matter how many coats of Louis Vuitton and civility you put on it, underneath that thin crust of civility lies the monster that is of us all. You see, the reason I can say this, I don't have a high regard for human beings. I think we smoke way too much way too much smoke up our own asses, thinking that we're something special, and I don't see us as anything special. The universe will never miss us if we disappeared tomorrow. They wouldn't even notice that we were gone. That's how incredibly unconsequential we are to the world and the universe. Hell, this planet could shake us off like a flea on the back of a dog, and no one will miss us. I can tell you that the polar bears won't fucking miss us. The whales won't miss us. They'll be cheering, they'll be popping champagne corks once this freaking species is met its end. I bet they'll be more ecstatic than when the dinosaurs disappeared. But anyway, either way, these people like Zelensky, these European dipshits, they have no grip on reality anymore. They've lost their they've lost their balls, but I don't think they ever had them. But they've lost their grip on reality. The world is still in the hands of the mighty. And if you want to make sure you keep your shit, you better make sure you got the biggest stick in the valley. For I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, and I fear no evil, because I have a fucking big stick. And any motherfucker who comes near me gets the stick. That's why I don't fear no evil. Because if I didn't have the stick, I fear a lot of fucking evil. Evil will be up my... Evil's foot will be firmly jammed up my ass. But the reason I walk through the valley of the shadow of death and I fear no evil, because I have a fucking stick. And it's a mighty stick. Oh shit. Anyway, guys, I don't know, it drives me insane when I hear these morons, these absolute pathetic dipshit, limp-wristed pricks who pretend to be leaders of the world and presidents and prime ministers of countries, know so little about the basics of life, the basics of survival and reproduction. Christ almighty. Anyway, have yourselves a wonderful Saturday, guys, and yeah, peace.